What is going on, good people? Welcome into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports all the time. I'm Sports Director Trayvon Miles.
That's right, and I'm Brandon Bossert. Welcome on into the show. We've got a lot to get to tonight, folks.
Yeah, week 3 of high school football, Brandon, and another jam-packed show with plenty to talk about this evening.
Yeah, Trey, I want to know how many people could say that they saw Kent Island as being the top dog in the Bayside North this season. Well, tonight they welcomed in maybe the top squad from the South in our game of the week.
That's right, our Delmarva Sports Insider game of the week, a battle of Bayside heavyweights in Stevensville. Kent Island, the lone unbeaten North team, playing against the high-flying Decatur Seahawks. Decatur threatening Ashton Snellsire, looking for Bryson Coleman. Coleman gets both feet in bounds, sets it up at the 2. Luke Marigot finishing off the drive, and we are tied at 7 with that play. This is a great play, heads up by the Seahawks punter. Ball snapped over his head. He's able to gather it and get the punt off. Kent Island still inside midfield.
Yeah, that looked like a big play at that point, but the Bucks in the red zone now. Matt Burnside flips it to Ryan Sweeterk, and he charges in past the goal line. Bucks retaking the lead there. Now the Decatur offense, they were sputtering most of the night, thanks in large part to that pass rush. Ooh. David Van Wee there to bring down Snellsire in the backfield. Then again on the next drive, David Van Wee, the drive killer, with sacks to end 2 Seahawk possessions. Check out this sign right here. Help is wanted, folks, out in Berlin for that Decatur offense, because they were pretty much non-existent for most of this game, Trey. Kent Island puts up 42 points on Decatur, allows just 13. They blew out the Seahawks tonight. This was pretty surprising, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, first of all credit to Damian Ferragamo and his staff. Kent Island looks amazing. Huge win over an up-and-coming Decatur team. One of the better teams in the Bayside South, I should say. But Kent Island looks like they're on a different level, especially with that home field advantage. They look like a machine tonight, just like they looked in all 3 weeks so far this season. We saw that Easton matchup where they trailed Easton 14-0 to begin the year and reeled off, or by 14 points, and reeled off a comeback to get that victory. They took care of business last week, and they bring Decatur in here in a big-time showdown, and they play hard-nosed and physical like those old Kent Island teams that we're used to seeing year in and year out. And looks like by all parts, the Buccaneers may be back.
Yeah, Trey, I was stunned watching this game, just how out of rhythm Decatur's offense looked all night long. Snellsire missing receivers when he wasn't being thrown on his back, which I got to say was pretty often tonight.
Yeah. Just
shows how much Decatur needs to work on their physicality, I think. But it also showed me that we need to take this Kent Island team a little more seriously moving forward, because they do have a fantastic ground game. Burnside is a very capable quarterback, and that defense, it's absolutely ferocious out there in Kent Island.
Yeah, we knew that physicality would be the key to this game, and it looks like Kent Island was much more physical tonight. Very indicative on the scoreboard, 4+ touchdown deficit for Decatur.
Yeah, clearly the Buccaneers outclassed Decatur when it comes to the physicality battle tonight. All right, down in Cambridge, the Vikings were having some issues with Bennett. This was just 3-0 at halftime, and they struggle. The struggle continued out of half. Talon Middleton brought down by the Clipper pass rush, but they turned it on after this, and they didn't look back. Sam Blackman looking to get something going for Bennett. Jamal Chester chasing him down. Ball is loose, and Cambridge falling on that one. The Vikings would capitalize on this turnover. Middleton on the move to his right. He finds Dario Belizaire, and watch Belizaire go to work down the sideline, cuts in, makes another cut right there, and he was gone. Dario Belizaire with his second touchdown of the night at that point. Cambridge goes on to win this one 32-14, and they move to 2-1 on the season.
And a few more scores to get to you this evening. How about this? Snow Hill putting up 56. How about that? I'll see you, Snow Hill. They beat Arcadia tonight. 5 touchdowns for Zaheem Colic in that game. Colonel Richardson, how about them? They put up a 60-piece down in Prince's End. They defeat Washington 61-0. North Carolina coming off of that loss against Y-High. They had to take it out on somebody. They did that to Kent County this evening. And the last game that you see on the bottom right-hand side Easton and Y High, another showdown between Bayside North and the Bayside South team. That game will be tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m. All right, let's move to Delaware now. The Laurel Bulldogs, Brandon's favorite team. They had a chance to move to 3-0
leading
for the
that Laurel train
year in a row, taking on Early College High School this evening. Scoreless early in this game. Yeah, not for long. Omarion Cannon going to take the toss, and he's getting all the way around the right side, gets the edge, and he goes 24 yards for the touchdown. That looked pretty easy. Laurel up 6-0. Well, the Bulldogs get it back, and they get into the red zone. Sophomore Patrick Bell ringing bells. How about that? He puts his head down, falls 4 more yards for 6 more points. 14-0 Laurel leads. All of this coming in the first quarter, I might add, and the Dogs add 1 more in that first frame. Zion Johnson with another score there from inside the 10. Laurel rolls big in this one, 63-6. Watch out. Joey Jones's Bulldogs are 3-0 for the second straight season.
And I just have to add, there is plenty of room on this Laurel train moving forward, Trey. If you want to hop on any point this season, there is plenty of room on board.
I got you.
All right, Coach Dave Hearn and Delmar hosting Red Lion on their home opener, already ahead 6-0. Jalen Warner getting the pitch, and the speedy running back gets to the edge and gets into the end zone. Cats up 13-0 in the second quarter. But the Red Lions waking up. Mac Krause hooking up with Kyle Manley, who comes down with a great catch there. RLCA gets within 1 score there, and they would not stop there after recovering a Delmar fumble. 4th and goal from the 1, and Breon Sims muscling that one in. That gives Red Lion the 14-13 lead. So that's a 1-point lead going into halftime, but Delmar coming up with a great drive early in the 4th. It's capped off by this 1-yard QB dive by Gavin Powell. 2-point conversion would be good, and the defense holds on. Delmar wins a close one, 21-14.
How about this? Last night, one of the most electric and competitive rivalries in the 302, the Battle of the Bell, Lake Forest and Milford. Scoreless in the first. Aaron Sibbles, we've been hearing about this kid. Check him out, 95 yards down the sideline. Just like that, the Bucks lead 6-0. Oh, Lake gonna answer right back just minutes later. This kid's pretty good too. Khalif Spencer, 13-yard touchdown. The Spartans tied at 6. Now this was the turning point of the game. Sean Saxon throwing one into coverage. Jalen Morris is back there, and you do not want to throw to Jalen Morris. He has those gold cleats on for a reason. 68 yards into the red zone. That leads to a score. In a few minutes after another Milford turnover, another score here by Spencer. The Bell is back in Felton, folks. Lake beats their rival Milford by a 28-18 final yesterday.
And I'm telling you right now, watch out for Lake Forest this season.
Yes.
I think that they have a chance to be very surprising to a lot of people. All right, Woodbridge fans making the trip upstate to St. Mark's as the Blue Raiders took on the Spartans. Blue Raiders up 2. St. Mark's driving, though, but Catrick Stones puts an end to that with this INT.
Ooh,
and the stiff arm right there. That was
Lord.
pretty. Kenny Newton going to work now, juking his way through the St. Mark's defense, finishing it off with the power shoulder. He was our player of the week last week, right, Trey?
He was a nominee. He did not win. He got close.
He was a nominee. 41-yard touchdown there, 22-14 Blue Raiders. St. Mark's responding off the tip drill. There's Jabri White coming down with the touchdown. 2-point conversion, tied it up. And Woodbridge with the last laugh. Seth Smart launching. Wow. And there's Colin Hastings. 65-yard connection for 6. Woodbridge up 8 after the conversion. And the defense is going to seal it. How many times have we talked about Wyatt Wright?
Oh, that's my guy.
Well, he comes up big with the sack there. And Woodbridge wins that one by a final of 30-22.
Yeah, a few other scores in Delaware. One more from last night. Caravel taking care of business at home against Sussex Tech. Also, how about this one? The 2021 Harvest Bowl goes to Middletown. The Cavaliers
Round 1 goes to Middletown.
The Eagles. How about this? 14-0 in the second half. And they get a huge victory in Smyrna.
Yeah, round 1 going to Middletown. William Penn, though, defeating Cape Henlopen 52-38. And then Cesar Rodney. What happened tonight?
Yeah.
They put up a goose egg. They lose 6-0 to Appoquinimink.
Yeah, that is, and a couple more scores we want to pass to you. Polytech, how about this? Polytech, like I predicted, the Panthers, baby, they get their first win over First State Military Academy. Woodbridge and St. Mark's, you see the score right there. Odessa and Indian River, if anybody went to that game, hit us up. We would love to know what that final score was. I'm going to guess that Indian River won that game, Brandon. So to wrap
I'll
everything
go out on that
up,
limb with you and say IR took that one too.
all right, so to wrap everything up, Brandon, what are we most impressed by this evening? You can start, and I'll tell you, because this is clear to me. What do you think?
Well, Trey, I'm going to go ahead and say Woodbridge. They go up to Wilmington. They get a win against a very well-coached St. Mark's team. And you know what? They did it with the passing game as well as the defense. Wyatt Wright, big players making big plays at big moments. Trey, who do you got?
Yeah, look, I love what Woodbridge did today, and shout out to our guy, Sean Green, for getting us that footage. But it's got to be Ken Island, right? I mean, we talked about this matchup all week long. We thought Decatur's offense would go in there and throw it around with that air raid, and they have some awesome weapons on the outside. Ken Island is a very, very physical team. They are a smash-mouth team. They got some big guys, clearly, by that video up front, and they are not afraid to get in your face. And usually that spot and that position of playing is reserved in what we normally see North Carolina do, right? It looks like Ken Island has that physical style that we're used to seeing in the Bayside North, and they look like the top dog right now. They do have a tough schedule going forward, and we'll have a matchup with Y-High here coming up here in the next couple weeks. We will be excited for that, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. North Carolina does look like the class. Also, want to see what Easton and Y-High looks like tomorrow evening. All right, that's going to do it for the A block. We're taking a quick commercial break, but when we return, we have a new insider interview with one of the best coaches here on the Eastern Shore. That and more when DSI returns.
My name is Mike Judy, head coach at Smyrna High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.